Hi, welcome to The Road Least Traveled. My name is Suli and I'm your host. In this podcast, I share with you what I've learned from my journey of self-awareness and spiritual awakening, and also some simple and practical tips to help you in your own journey. So stay with me. Let's work this thing out together. Hey everyone, guess what? I dropped my mic. I know it sounds funny because it's like literally a mic drop, but it's not very funny for me because, I'm trying not to buy a new one because this one ain't cheap. So I'm experimenting with this all over again because the sensitivity seems to have changed. And if you hear any weird things going on with this mic, just bear with me, okay? I'll get it right by the next episode. So let's get on with it. Let me ask you a question. How many people do you know are authentic? I mean, can you spot an authentic person versus one that wears a mask? You see, in the days when I had very little self-awareness, I didn't even know I was putting up a front. It's because I attracted all the wrong people, from friends to toxic workplaces, that I thought, hey, why are these people entering into my world? And when they say that everyone is your mirror, I know it's a cliche, but it's a hard pill to swallow. And it's true. Whatever that creates disharmony, sadness, or dissatisfaction is because we're not being our authentic selves. Now, here are 15 personality traits of an authentic person. Please stay to the end of the list because there's a very important message there. Number 1, authentic people know that putting up a front kills the spirit slowly. You know, it's like that well-known metaphor where if you put a frog into hot boiling water, it'll just jump straight out because it knows that it's hot. But if you put it in warm water and you increase it slowly, then within a few minutes, the frog is just lulled into deep sleep and then it just dies. Number 2, they have a clear sense of self. Through honest introspection, they come out proud of their strengths and they own up to their weaknesses. They're not ashamed to show their flaws. Number 3, they don't have to remember anything they say because only liars have to. 4, authentic people know when they're in the wrong and they apologize. They don't apologize when they're not in the wrong because they know themselves. 5, they don't need to backstab you. Instead, they try to talk to you about whatever's bothering them because they prefer honest conversation, honest, sustainable solutions to underhanded tactics. 6, instead of playing office politics in a toxic environment, they'd rather choose a profession and workplace for their mental and spiritual well-being because they know that mental and spiritual health, which leads to physical health, are priceless. 7, they know when their ego tries to control them, so they tell the ego, calm down, I got this. So they spend their time wisely and never engage in ego battles. 8, authentic people don't put anyone on the pedestal. A celebrity to them is still just a human being, just like Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad. They were still human beings, albeit highly evolved ones. 9, they're not impressed by status. They still treat the janitor the same as they treat the CEO. 10, they're balanced in their moods because they're able to regulate their emotions by themselves instead of looking for a victim to lash out on. 11, they're calm and composed in any given situation. Those that wear a mask might be able to pretend at this, for a short while, but given time, you will see the occasional outburst or overreaction due to pent-up anger. 12, authentic people have clear personal boundaries. When they say yes, they mean yes. And when they say no, they mean no. 13, they're honest and direct without beating around the bush, but also without being rude. 14, if they still have triggers, then they are aware of them. They don't react, but they respond calmly with a balanced view, and they know that it's not the other person's fault for triggering them. 15, authentic people are comfortable in their own company and their own thoughts. They treat themselves as a best friend would, with honesty, compassion, kindness, and sometimes tough love when they really need to hear something unpleasant but true. How many people do you know have these traits? And how many do you have? If you have most of them, or even half of them, you should be proud of yourself because not many people have that, The other day, one of my listeners said that I'm too coddling and that I'm not stern enough to wake people up. She said the world needs to wake up before it's too late. And I thought, that's a bit harsh. I mean, I can't crack a whip and tell people to come out of their slumber now, can I? I can only offer some guidance and tips on how to navigate this journey after they've woken up. People who don't want to wake up have no reason to do so. Their lives might not be as meaningful as they'd like it to be, but comfortable enough, good enough. Life's like that. C'est la vie. No, actually, the current life that we know is not c'est la vie. The current state that our world is in is entirely because the majority is asleep. The zombies who are slaves to their ego, the zombies who sell themselves to greed because they have no self-worth. The zombies who harm others because they themselves are damaged. The zombies who watch the news for entertainment. Zombies who let the media manipulate them. Look at how divided we've become. This is a classic case of divide and conquer by whom we don't even know. It's so much easier now because of social media. When we take sides, we feel that we're awake, that our hearts are actually beating, that we're helping. But we're not helping. We're being manipulated. We're zombies made to fight each other. You want to talk about the media? Okay, let's talk about the media. Which story is true and which isn't? Everyone thinks their side is true, and everyone that takes sides is complicit in this divisiveness. If you want to influence people to take one side or another, do you really think others would say, oh yeah, I better change sides? Would you change sides if you saw someone's post on social media? To them, their story is more true than yours. And to you, your story is more true than theirs. Look, there is no way to tell the real story. I just wish the media would do a more noble job in telling us when the next car boot sale is or which farm has the juiciest strawberries. Now those are true stories. Yeah, but then the farmer would probably pay him to write that his strawberries are the biggest and juiciest. But never mind, you get my point. Do you think that conflicts start in present day? Don't you think that they started hundreds, if not thousands of years ago? Just observe children. He started it. No, she started. No, yes. Well, yesterday he did. No, that was you. Now, how far back do we go to see who started it? If we go back further, it would be their parents that started it, wouldn't it? And their parents and so forth. Your truth is only as far back as you can see or read about, whether it's from last month, last year, 1945 or 1045. The real perpetrators, the real ones hiding behind the media, they are the people who are making money out of this division. And they're from both sides of any conflict. They're laughing at us, fighting each other. I know it's sad. I know it's devastating. I know you're angry. But there's a better way to fight evil. And that's to wake the hell up. To stop conflicts in this world is for us individually to heal ourselves, don't you see? There's a ripple effect that cannot be underestimated. Let me give you an example. If a part of the world is on fire, do we set ourselves on fire too? Or do we become water? We're doing the fighting all wrong. We should fight our own internal demons first. But no, it's easier to fight external demons, other people's demons, when we don't even want to see our own demons. The more of us do this, the less conflict there'll be. Less greed, less ego, less psychos. Oh, by the way, they age, When they leave this world, what remains, and I hope what will remain, are well-adjusted, authentic, compassionate people. I know you're compassionate. I know you're kind. So let's do it. Will it take too long? Well, the world has been in conflict for thousands of years. There's always one catastrophe or another. Surely it won't take thousands of years to heal the world by healing ourselves. All it takes is one generation. One generation to wipe out the greedy, the insecure, the dysfunctional, the gossip mongers, and the sleeping zombies. In any conflict, there are actually three camps. One on one side, one on the other side, and one asking people to be united. They're not wrong. I mean, everyone's heart is in the right place. But let me ask you this. In unity, do we not need one common cause? Then unity has to mean one side shifting over to the other. Do you think that's going to happen? Unity in a common cause means we wake the fuck up and we do our own inner healing. So what do you think? Am I too coddling? Let me know in the comment section, or anything else you want to add to this list of personality traits of an authentic person. I've also included a link to my friend's workshop. Look, I'm not getting any commission from this, okay? She didn't even ask me to do it, but she's genuinely, authentically there to help people. So please do check it out. And subscribe, like, hit that notification bell so you get the latest. You take care and have a good rest of the week. Thank you for listening. If you found this of value, please follow and share it.